What are you doing, Kyle?
Waiting for enough bubbles to form on this pancake to flip it over.
The easy answer was you're making pancakes. Huh? Why you got my hat on? And my apron. Show me the... Come on. Cooperate. That's my old Cooking with Jaws apron. That's the hat. The letters are starting to come off of it a little bit. But that's the only way we're going to get through this live stream tonight. We're going to have chocolate chip pancakes. And what are we going to have on them, Kyle? Show them the accoutrement. Chocolate chip pancakes with marshmallow fluff.
We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go! Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1. Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I present to you... They're back. They're back. I'm getting a hell of a giggle right now because I just walked past the television in the stream. Kyle is streaming the pregame. And the Bally's, it's Jovo and Craig Minervini, I believe that's who it is. And they have a graphic up about the return of Ekblad and Montour. The graphic describes Ekblad and Montour as back-end studs. Welcome back, boys. So, Maurice did just about everything. If you took everything that I didn't want and everything that Stu didn't want, Maurice did it. He put Ekblad right up at top with Forsling, and he broke up Mikkola and Kulikov. So I remain convinced that Maurice watches the show to do the opposite of what we want. Other than that, I had another 90-minute nap. I feel good. I could get used to this. Because you stay up late, right? And then I get up early, but then I take a 2-hour nap in the morning and another 90-minute nap before the game. I could actually get used to this. So the other thing is Jonas. I think it's Jonah Gajovic. Say that one 5 times fast. He is being inserted into the lineup. I am going to assume, because I haven't seen the lines, I'm going to assume that Lorenz is off and Gajovic is in. I would assume that that's the way it's going to work. He's not much of a goal scorer. He's pretty much a great guy. So I don't think he'd be on the third line with Mundell and Luosterainen. And Stolarz is in, despite what some people might say in the comments of the videos that I've been doing lately. But that's a completely different story. Completely different story. You know who you are. Stolarz is in. What do we need to see out of tonight? Well, we need Stolarz to have a good night, okay? His rebound control the last game was less than... It wasn't great, okay? But we won the game, all right? So what we need tonight is 2 things. Number 1, let's get 6 goals. Number 2, Gudas can get a goal. Vetrano can get a goal. That's it, all right? Because number 1, I'm sore from all the push-ups from last night, okay? Even though we only did 2. We only gave up 2 the night before. We'd given up a few more than that. So I'm a little bit, push-ups at midnight. That's the part I could not get used to. All right, so I am saying this with a smile, you sons of bitches, but I am locked and loaded. I'm ready to bitch about Ekblad because that's what we do here on this channel. I hope the dude has a knock it out of the park game. I really, really do. I'm excited to get both of these guys back. So it's Ekblad, Forsling, Mikkola, Montour, Larson with Kulikov. Like I said, I would have preferred to keep Mikkola and Kulikov together, but then do you really want to put... I get it. There are pros and cons to all of the pairs That's what Maurice has put out there on the ice. We have been allowing 2 goals a game for the most part. So kind of like what I said in the podcast today, all Ekblad and Montour can do is screw things up on defense. But maybe we'll get some extra goals. I'm not being serious, guys, all right? This is too many late games in a row. Don't take me serious, please. I don't need any... And 2 points. All right, so 2-0 Panthers after 1, just like we anticipated. As soon as Ekblad and Montour came back in the lineup, the third line would start scoring goals, and OEL would get his 5th goal of the season. So Luosterainen gets his first. That's good. Now, if I remember correctly, I think I talked about Luosterainen and Lundell just needed to get a goal to get things moving, and then maybe the floodgates were open. I think I talked about that on the podcast today. They all run together, Monday through Friday. Members-only podcast, links are in the description, $3 a month. Other than that, I mean, look, we look good. We look okay, but we look good. Stolarz has made some nice saves. He's given up a couple of rebounds, not the end of the world. Montour is shooting. Ekblad is shooting. Verhaeghe is shooting. Everybody's shooting. Lundell has 2 assists. He made a really, really nice play behind the net to get the puck back to Luosterainen, who put it in at the side of the net. So obviously, Lundell watched the video where I praised him yesterday. And Gudis gave Gajovic a hell of a hit. He hasn't hit anybody that was on the team or you know what I'm saying. He hasn't hit anybody who he was a teammate with last year. It'd be interesting to see how that goes. And we start the second period on the power play. So far, so good. Let's keep going. All right, so it's 2-0 after 2. We need the 3rd goal. Just need a 3rd goal. Now, I'm not allowed to praise the goaltender during the game. That said, you know what? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. We'll save it. All right? We look good. We are shooting the puck all over the ice. Gibson is playing well. It's time for chocolate chip pancakes. I'm distracted. I'm hungry. He's hungry. It's midnight. Pancakes. Let's finish this off and get 2 points. All right. 2 points. Ugh. On one hand, you win 2 out of the 3 West Coast games. On the other hand, the only thing on most of our minds right now is Barkov. But we'll take that, put it over here on the shelf, talk about the rest of it. Okay, first of all, Stolarz. Huh? How about that? I've been harping on him on the podcast all week, which, by the way, Eyes and Love of Life and Jake combined, I think you guys handed out something like 27 or 30 memberships. Thank you guys so much handing out memberships on the stream at the end of the game. For those of you who are new to the memberships, daily podcast Monday through Friday, and Stu and I go live the day after the games with the reviews. Normally it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow will be 10 o'clock in the morning. So thank you guys for that. I lost my train of thought. So, look, Stolarz, I've been giving him, I wouldn't say I've been giving him grief, right? But I've been saying we need to have a good game, need to have a good game from him, need to get that rebound control under control. And he almost pitched a shutout. He kind of almost gave up too. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? The disputed goal. Now, what I'll say is this. When I was watching all the replays, I thought that was a goal. And then Randy pointed out that that possibly was his stick and not the puck. So there was only the one angle that you could blow up that it looked like the puck was over, but then it looked like his stick because it moved back. If I'm a Ducks fan and I saw that replay, I'm pissed. Okay? So in other words, if that was against the Panthers, I would be screaming that it was a goal. But it's so close and it's so tight. Was there enough to overturn it? Not. Probably not. Everybody gets those kind of calls. it's just a shame about Barkov. You know, you get Ekblad, Montour back. As you can tell, I'm distracted by it. Hopefully, it's not anything long term. I mean, he looked like he was in some serious pain. But like I kept saying on the stream, we've seen Forsling look like he's got like completely shattered leg syndrome and then come back from the locker room in the next period. I really kept thinking Barkov was going to show back up. Maybe it was just a precautionary thing that they didn't need to put him back out there on the back end of a back-to-back. Hopefully we get some kind of an update at least tomorrow. They got to fly home. We got the Oilers Monday, and then we've got Boston Wednesday. Luosterainen slotted in up top. I love E2 Luosterainen, but he's not Sasha Barkov. We could survive a week or two, I'm sure, especially with Ekblad and Montour back. And that's the saving grace. With Bennett, Ekblad, Montour back, if you lose Barkov for a week or two, we could survive. If we lost Barkov when those guys were out, then we could be in some deep doo-doo, but we're not. So back to Stolarz. All right, complete opposite of last night. This is like the Paul Maurice tour. I mean, every game is 2-1 or 3-2. Occasionally it's 4-3. It's like, oh my God, it was a score fest. How do we think they looked? They pretty much looked pretty good, Montour and Ekblad, right? There was a couple of moments. I was a little bit surprised. He put Ekblad and Montour together on the second power play unit. Now, I'm not saying it was their fault, but all of a sudden we started giving up shorthanded chances. Kind of how like when we put Riley on the ice and it screwed up the defensive chemistry, even when it wasn't his fault. I'm not saying it was their fault, but we started giving up a lot of shorthanded chances. It also has something to do with the fact that we played the night before. You could see that we were gassed, especially by the third period. But Stolarz stole those points for us tonight, okay? He certainly stole two. Maybe at best, that should have been a 1-point game for us, considering all the chances that we gave up. We ended up being outshot. We were out shooting them the first half of the game. We ended up being outshot. They just could not pull it off. Montour looks like himself. Ekblad looked pretty damn good. We ain't going to get a lot of goals. We're not getting a lot of goals, and that's the last thing here. Is it just, you know, well, I think we're scoring less than we were last year. Third line looks like it's getting to move a little bit. Lundell, Luosterainen. Lundell must have watched the video I put out yesterday. If you haven't seen it, I put out a video because there have been some people that were calling Lundell a bust. So I put out one of my little videos about that. And you've seen what he did tonight. So, I mean, he might, you know, maybe he just saw the thumbnail. Because the thumbnail is just a picture of Lundell with Lundell a bust question mark. I think that's what I put. So maybe he didn't even watch the video. Maybe somebody just showed him the thumbnail. And the next thing will be Lundell will block me, right? So, yeah. All right, so we go on the West Coast trip. We get 2 out of 3 points. 2 out of 3 points. 2 out of 3 games. We get 4 out of the 6 points. Can't complain about anything there whatsoever. And now we just all hold our breath for Barkov. It didn't look good. It didn't look bad, but it didn't look good. Now, I didn't see his knee hyperextend. Sometimes that can be not a good thing, because if the knee hyperextends, maybe you sprain it, but it means it had a little bit more give to it. His knee just kind of got, it just got flattened out, and he looked like he was in a lot of pain. He looked like, I mean, he got up. He was able to skate off. He didn't have to lift the skate up. He didn't need assistance off. So that's a possible positive. But to be honest, my concern is his kneecap, because it kind of looked like he got hit right on the kneecap. And hopefully you don't end up with anything like cracked or something like that, because that'd be a little bit of time that he'd be out. And I love Luosterainen. I guess if Barkov's out, based on what Maurice did tonight, we would be going Luosterainen, Bennett, Lundell, which ain't the, I mean, I love Luosterainen, but hopefully Barkov's okay. We'll put it that way. So, all right, Panther fans, this concludes the 3 and 4 nights of the late games. We get a little bit of a normal schedule going, and then we've got 4 late games coming up. I think December 12th, 14th, 16th, 18th. I think we got 4 late games coming up, but at least none of them are back-to-back. So we've got that handled. In terms of the schedule for the channel, like I said, tomorrow, soon I'll be live at 10 in the morning. Give us a little bit of extra time to sleep. Then if you're new here, do me a favor. Links are in the description to hit subscribe over on Flying Fluffy Football. Even if you don't watch football, help me out. Hit subscribe because we're close to getting that channel monetized. And every time we try to stream on that, we stream the Dolphin games. And I'm trying to stream other NFL games, and Kyle gets pissy with me about having to stream because the channel's not monetized. And I'm working them to death. That's a whole different story. What I want to do is stream all of the games on Thanksgiving because we're less than 100 subscribers away. We need 500, right? So I want to stream all the games on Thanksgiving. Problem is, Dolphins play at 3 o'clock the day after Thanksgiving, and then the Panthers play at 8 o'clock the day after Thanksgiving. So now he's giving me grief about streaming all the football games on Thursday. If only I had that job when I was his age. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, we get 2 points. Stolarz again. I mean, we had. Remember, Bubba has a puppet. We had the goat for Lion. I took the goat down, obviously, because Lion's not part of the team anymore. The only thing we've really come up with for Stolarz is Stoli the goalie because, right? So I guess I could get a bottle of vodka and put it here, huh? He's got to give us a few more games like this though before he gets an accoutrement on the wall. All right, it's late. It is late, and when I'm noticing when I do these late, for some reason I'm nowhere near as sharp at 2 in the morning as I am at 10 o'clock at night when I'm doing the other games. I can't imagine why. My sleep schedule's all screwed up, man, because I'm getting 3 hours of sleep because Fluffy gets me up early, and then I get a nap, and then I'm doing the daytime, and then I'm getting a nap before the game time. My sleep schedule's just all screwed up, so I'm looking forward to a weekend of normal sleep. And I guess, yeah, it was nice while it lasted. It was nice. It gave us about a week of being healthy, right? Now, what I will say, I'll put it this way. Maybe we'll get Barkov back on Monday.